This looked like a scene from that horrible looking movie, Karen. Except it's real life and Terrell Owens is the star. Well, one of the stars. Of course, Karen is always the star. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. Terrell Owens had a very real, very potentially serious run-in with a Karen. Fortunately, he taped it as it now is becoming incumbent upon us to do when dealing with these Karens, because this situation is textbook, and it gives echoes of the Central Park Karen, of the woman who is calm and then she gets on the phone and starts yelling and screaming and crying and putting on a performance, and he's recording all of this, and we get to see it live and in color. We get to see how the Karen in the wild plays this role of damsel in distress to a T. And so in this case, Terrell Owens was in his car, and apparently at some point he's driving down through his neighborhood, and this woman claims that he almost hit her. Where the video picks up, and in fact, let's take a look at the video.
But I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your fucking car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all, you had your boy right here, your husband right here. So first of all, I don't do that type of stuff.
Relax. You did. You put your car in park and you came
at
me.
First of all, I didn't come at you.
Yes, you did.
You can stop all of that, Karen.
Okay, listen.
He literally came after me.
Here she crying. There's Karen. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Swear to God, I've never been a part of nothing like this. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Do you have your ID?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it. But this is firsthand.
And now he's on live.
Oh boy, and she's crying. Oh my God, this is real. This is real. This is real.
Now, when you see this video, you see that he's being calm, and she's claiming that, number one, that he got out of his car and came at her. That's one of her claims. And he's smart enough to catch it. It's like, no, whoa. You're not going to just make up stories. You're not just going to create this false narrative to try to paint me as some kind of hyper-aggressive, hyper-threatening individual, and you're just you're shrinking violet, fearful of your safety. No, you're not going to play that game. But if we're paying attention, we realize that that's what Karens love doing. In this case, she does something more. In this case, she actually slipped up. She actually slipped up and made it known what she's really trying to do. Because she says, these are words that she shouldn't have said out of her mouth. We know she was thinking it, but these are words she should have let the story tell itself if she was trying to sell the story. But like I said, she screwed up. She says, but you're a black man approaching a white woman. What? What? Like, you actually said that out loud. That's clearly the subtext that you're pushing in front of the police to try to get them to, okay, stay back, ma'am. We'll shoot him 51 times to protect you. That's clearly what you're pushing for. But you said it out loud. Like, you said it out loud because you tried to paint the picture, and instead of just, you started with the hysterics, and now you're starting to cry. Like, are you for real? Did you really say that out your mouth? Like, you really? So this is the game you play, and it reminds me of what these clowns, because right now, even in response to this, there are people on social media, these idiots, absolute idiots, and I despise these clowns who are, oh, why does everything got to be about race? Whoa. Who made it about race? Don't ask us. Look in the mirror. Next time these clowns have the audacity to say, why is everything always about race? Tell them to look in the mirror. Tell them that. Because they are the ones that have made everything about race. 400 years of everything being about race wasn't made about race by us. Tell them to look in the mirror and ask that question. Don't ask us. Look at yourselves. And right here in this case, you have this woman, this Karen, make everything about race. You're a black man attacking a white woman. Like, really? Like, you really came out your mouth and said that out loud. Wow. And right now, it's clearly that this was a racist, there was racist intent on her part. Clearly, because she said it out loud. But here's the interesting thing. Terrell didn't just say, okay, I'm going to put this on social media and just, clown her or whatever. No. Terrell is doing something more. Terrell says, no, this ain't cool. She called the police because the police were on site. And she tried to, I could have gotten killed, he says. And he's right. Number one, he's Terrell Owens. He's in his neighborhood. So clearly, I'm pretty sure the police recognized him. He's a very, very famous person. I'm pretty sure the police recognized him, knew who he was, and that may have helped save him. And Unfortunately, of course, it could have been police that recognized him and decided that they wanted it to go a different way. That very well could have happened as well. And he acknowledges that. But fortunately for him, he's safe. But he's like, but she didn't know that was going to happen. And that's not what she was angling for. What she was angling for was for harm to come to him at the hands of the state, at the hands of the government, at the hands of law enforcement. She wanted harm to come to him. And that's why I look at government the way I do. Because you can sit here and say, okay, a person that is willing to get into an argument and get into a fight with a person and they're violent. But guess what? Guess who else is violent? The person who gets on the phone and calls somebody else to commit their violence for them. And that's what these Karens are. These Karens are very violent people, but they're violent in a way where they outsource their violence. They want to have this police forces, law enforcement all over the country as their personal security to enact their will and their whims, particularly upon black people. But he's fighting back because he says, I'm not just putting this on social media. He's actually called for the district attorney to file charges against her for filing a false and racistly motivated false police report. And he has a change.org petition online right now. And that change.org petition right now is at about 14,000 signees. So it's on his Twitter page, and he has a change.org petition where you can go on his Twitter page and then link to that. But he's looking for some consequences. And I get it, because fortunately in this case, he was fine. He survived. He didn't face any harm. What if it wasn't Terrell Owens? What if it's just some young black dude that isn't well known, that the police don't recognize, or that doesn't even live in the neighborhood that's just riding through, or just somewhere else where we've got cops that actually have that chip on their shoulder and that are willing to accept their role as Karen's muscle? Then what happens? Then we've got another young, dead black man, and he's trying to make an example. I appreciate it. I agree with it. Absolutely. As always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel already. But if you disagree, if you think, oh no, this wasn't about race, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Go ahead, give me the thumbs down and state why in the comment section you've chosen to ignore the fact that that woman explicitly made this about race. And if you want to check out more videos, you can look at this video where I talk about a similar incident. I'll see you next time.